Hi everyone, I am Cassandra Thompson, your career consultant and speaker, and today we are talking about how to be confident going into an interview. And be sure to stay to the end because I will share my absolute favorite, super swear you've never heard it before tip for interview confidence that I totally stole from actors. So tip number one, practice, practice, practice. It sounds so obvious, but I am shocked how many people do not practice their answers before going into an interview. The more you practice something, the more confident you feel about it. So please practice ahead of time and don't just write down answers, but say them out loud. Continue to say them out loud until the answer starts to flow. The first time you practice the answer to "tell me about yourself," you will ramble and say and stumble over it as if you know nothing about yourself. So practice it over and over until you can have clear, concise answers that flow right off the tongue. And yes, I know you will not know everything an interviewer is going to ask you, but look at that job description and use it to your advantage to see what they're looking for and what experiences or stories you can share that will match those job description qualifications. All right, tip number two, prepare ahead of time so you have no distractions. Now, what I mean by this is interviews are stressful enough on their own. So prepare and prep anything else you can to make that day go smoothly. So things you can do ahead to make this happen. Try on your clothes that you're going to wear for the interview days before. Are they ironed? Are they clean? Do they still fit the way they did the last time you used them for an interview? This will give you time to fix any of those issues without freaking out the morning of. This goes with everything. Try on shoes, try your makeup ahead of time, do your hair the way you want to. See if this is the look you want for the interview so that the day of, you can just go into this routine. Next thing you gotta do, read the directions. If they've given you directions on where to go, read them over. If they haven't, look them up on Google. How long is it gonna take you to get there? And think through things like parking. Do they tell you where to park? My first interview ever, or my first job ever, was at Sony Pictures. And when I interviewed for it, it said, you will park in the structure and then it will be a 10 to 15 minute walk to our building. If people didn't pay attention to that line, they were going to be in a lot of trouble, rushing and freaking out and stressed out of how to get to the interview. I have hiccups now. Great. And then one more thing you can do, make sure that you have copies. Okay. And one more thing you can do, make sure that you have copies of your resume printed out and ready to go. Please do not save this for the morning that you interview. Don't wait until that day to stop by a FedEx or to print some off. This will inevitably be the time that your printer runs out of ink, that FedEx has a line 20 people long. So just get all of that done ahead of time so that these are things you don't have to stress or worry about. You're just gonna grab your stuff, put on that outfit, head out in the car, and make it before traffic to park and be ready for your interview. Tip three, power pose. You guys, power posing is a legitimate, real thing that can lower stress and boost confidence. If you don't know what power posing is, I will let Amy Cuddy tell you about it. I will link in the description to her TED Talk on power posing. But essentially, you are going to stand like Superman or Superwoman for 2 minutes, and it will lower stress and boost confidence, making you ready and raring to go confidently into that interview. And don't worry about embarrassing yourself. I'm not saying do this in the parking lot or in the middle of the lobby. Go in a bathroom stall and stand there for 2 minutes. Okay, my bonus tip for you. This is one that is going to help you shake off the nerves and get ready to go so that when you sit down across from the person interviewing you, you are confident, you are ready. This isn't as stressful. So this is the tip. It is a tip that actors use for auditioning, but I think it works just as well for interviewing. So from the time you park your car to the time you are sitting down across from the interviewer, I want you to talk to 3 people. Now, this doesn't mean full-on conversations. This means as you're walking through the parking lot and somebody is coming towards you, you look them in the eye, smile, and say, "Hi, how's your day going?" Now, hopefully they will answer back. If they don't, I live in LA, they probably will look at you weird. Who cares? It's not about them. It is about you shaking off the nerves, shaking off the tension from being in your car, sitting in traffic, and just starting to warm up to talk to people again so you are ready for that interview. Then you're gonna see the person at security and you're gonna say, "Hi, how's your day? How's everything going?" Or you are going to pass another person and say hello to them. Say more than hello. I want 2 sentences. Hello is 1 sentence. And when you get to reception, you're not just gonna say, "Hey, I'm here for an interview with so-and-so." You're going to ask them some questions. Has it been really busy today? How's your week going? Anything like that. Bonus points if you do this with even more people. If you sit down next to somebody, start talking to them. The assistant who brings you back, ask them questions about the job and if they like it here. This will all warm you up so that you remember the friendly, confident, experienced person you are that can totally take on this job when you sit across from that interviewer. And if you want to know the reason why this tip could be the thing that seals the deal and gets you the job, you are going to want to check out my blog post below. So there's a link to it in the description. Be sure to click on that link and you can find out the extra added reason why this tip, I promise, I'm not making it up, could get you the job. And now you should feel confident to go into any job interview. Use these tips to be prepared and speak confidently about any job you are going for. And once again, if you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe. That is it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.